and welcome to the Daily Space Weather. Things are calm right now around the Earth geospace, Earth's magnetosphere. Pretty calm at the moment. Things are about to get a little bit more exciting on Thursday, April 14th. So we talked about it yesterday. We showed some great imagery of it on our video yesterday. Our daily space weather video. NOAA agrees with us that we'll expect to see a KP5 to KP6 event where we'll see much higher magnetohydrodynamic pressure. This is the last 4 hours that we're showing now. Again, things very calm. At the moment, we should get a very significant signal when a very earthly directed coronal mass ejection arrives. Looking at the geospace from the ground, that was Earth's magnetic moment from space. Here it is from the ground. This is in nanotesla. And again, you can use this to see likely places for aurora. When we do see geomagnetic storms, we are expecting some early in the day on Thursday, April 14th, universal time, from a coronal mass ejection that we covered pretty promptly. Let's delve deeper into lots of other data. So you can see that global geomagnetism here has been calming down since April 10th. And we can expect to see another KP5 to KP6 event, getting somewhere back in this range on Thursday. How about the real-time solar wind? I want to see what the current conditions are. Let's check it out. Solar wind density quite diffuse at the moment. Only about 4 protons and change per cubic centimeter. Solar wind speed 443 kilometers a second. There was a little coronal mass ejection strike here. You can see this little series of signals accompanied by an increase in the plasma temperature, a tiny increase in the speed, and a tiny increase in the density just a few hours ago. Pretty minor. Didn't really cause any significant effects to planet Earth. No spikes in the proton flux. We have seen some flaring. We'll get to that momentarily. First, some magnetic data. So here is the GOES 16 and 17 magnetometers over the past 3 days. Some missing data there as well as some arc jet moments where they try to maintain their geosynchronous near equatorial orbits. Next, the heliospheric current sheet. We may see a south pole current sheet returning. At the moment, Earth is in a north pole current sheet. Don't be surprised to see a south pole current sheet come through for tomorrow's video, and don't be surprised to see the content pulled entirely from YouTube at our discretion because of the pathetic censorship on the platform. Next, looking at the line of sight view. By the way, this is an exclusive YouTube video. Whatever you do, make sure you don't view the videos on our other sites. Make sure you don't find all of our content at smashamash.com/smashteam on the posts page. Do not do that. It could be very dangerous to have all those facts before you. So here's the line of sight coronal hole plot. We compile the facts for your convenience, and it's also for my convenience. But in any case, who knew, folks, that when you step down the rabbit hole of science, often we get answers to questions not asked. Anyway, we can see some coronal holes here. There are some active regions. I don't think we ever reached 0 sunspots. We almost did yesterday, but not quite. We'll get to sunspots momentarily. North Pole-oriented coronal holes rotating in here as South Pole-oriented coronal holes rotate out. So there's a great view of this North Pole-oriented coronal hole here. It's pretty well defined. And as long as that stays as intact as it is, we can expect some high-speed solar wind in a few days from that, probably like 4 or 5 days, based on its current location. That's the last 24 hours of 193 angstroms ultraviolet emissions from the SDO. So moving on to sunspots, 2988 and 2989 has just risen. So we'll have 2 likely named sunspot groups by the end of the day today. And let's take a look at some 1700 angstroms imagery. So this region right here is a sunspot. That's 2988. And right behind it is 2989. This active region down here did not have ombre when we did our first live stream of the day on Twitch. By the way, check this out. Our views mysteriously dropped on BitChute. They were over 2,000 a day, and now they're at like 300 a day. Has anything changed? Not on our end. It's pretty weird. We already streamed one video live to Twitch today, twitch.tv/SmashOmash. You can find more of our content there. You can find all of our content posted on our Twitter, twitter.com/SmashOmash. Thanks to our new followers over there. Do not follow us on Instagram. Do not visit our websites. They're very dangerous. Again, they contain lots of facts, and facts are very dangerous nowadays in 2022. You can find all of our videos at smashomash.com/smashhim if you click the posts page. Also, if you'd like to support the channel, whatever you do, don't become a silver or gold member, as that would support the channel, and definitely don't do that. It's very dangerous. Very, very dangerous. And welcome to the Neo-Renaissance. No matter how frightening facts are, no matter how much facts go against your narrative, whatever it might be, we apologize for that. Facts are facts, and I know they're very dangerous, very subversive. All those facts. Oh my God. Oh my God. Stop the presses, folks. Too many facts coming out on the channel. Let's get back to solar flares. So we did see a series of flares here, just over the past like 12 hours. Looks like 5 C-class flares have happened here. They're all pretty small C-class flares. There was a coronal mass ejection as well. We'll get to that momentarily. And we've brought up the 107. We brought up the 94 plus 1700 angstroms wavelength, which helps to show the bright regions. Those flares came from setting sunspot 2983. Let's blast through some more data here before we get old and gray. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Next, a star chart. If you're up before dawn and you have a clear horizon, you may see a spectacular planetary pileup featuring Saturn, Mars, Venus, and Jupiter all rising ahead of the Sun. Jupiter also showing up on stereo A. We'll get to that in a minute. Here's your solar system forecast. It's 412. There's where things will be on 419 in the solar system. And Jupiter and Saturn are not going to kill you. Last but not least, we're going to show some coronagraphs here. The stereo A coronagraph here at Lagrange point 5 and the Soho-Lasco C3 at Lagrange point 1. Again, there was a coronal mass ejection, and you can also see Jupiter on the stereo A coronagraph. There it is. And here's a coronal mass ejection on the far side of the Sun. So for you new viewers out there, from stereo A's perspective, Earth is off in this orientation. From the Soho-Lasco C3, it's off behind you. And a great, spectacular far-side coronal mass ejection. No ejective directed anywhere near Earth from that. Again, we can expect a significant CME strike on Thursday, April 14th, early in the day Universal Time. Thanks for tuning in to the Daily Space Weather. Congratulations on realizing the channel exists. Press like and subscribe if you enjoy the content. Let us know how you found us. Were the videos recommended? Where did they come from? Anyway, may that solar wind be at your back as I sign off from the Smash News Network least busted name in news.